So here in this clip, Dr. Phil and Joe Rogan are discussing the potential dangers of kids trick or treating. You know, this always comes up every Halloween that there's gonna be something in the candy, right? Like a weapon or like needles and nails inside the chocolate or whatever, right? Or and now that what's going on right now that's being spread around is that they're putting drugs in the candy. They're putting fentanyl, right? This is what the things going around right now that there's they're they're putting fentanyl in the candy. So let's hear Dr. Phil talk about it, but then Jamie brings up what he's talking about, and he quickly changes the subject to something else.
Those pills look exactly like the pills that you get at the pharmacy. And what they're doing now, Joe, is
Oh shoot!
putting them in these those pills look exactly like the pills that you get at the pharmacy. And what they're doing now, Joe, is they're putting them in these pastel colors. And I think I sent you some of those, Jamie, in the pastel colors. They're making them look like these candies that the kids get. And kids are going to see these things around and pick them up and think they're like sweet tarts or whatever and bite into them. If I was a parent, I would go to the store and buy every kind of candy I could find. And as soon as my kids came home from trick or treating, I would take their pumpkin and dump it into the trash and then fill it back up with candy I knew was good and hand it back to them. I wouldn't let them take a single piece of candy from trick or treating because you don't know what's in there.
Okay, so that's he's making it clear that it's about the candy, right? There's potentially gonna be some sort of drug in the candy. It's gonna give the kid a wild ride, right?
That was always the fear, right? When we were kids, is
Hey,
that someone was going to sneak in.
we thought there'd be a razor blade in an apple or something.
Yeah.
I saw this going around, but I heard a lot of people pushing back a couple of days after this was made major headlines because they were showing.
Experts say no. Who's the expert?
I don't. I'm just. There was a lot of hubbub about this viral picture because this went out. The DA was talking about it, but then I read there was like no evidence that this was real.
Well,
That's what I read.
Well, let's scroll down and see what they say in terms of looks like Candy DEA Administrator Ann Milgram told CBS News. In fact, some of the drug traffickers have nicknamed it Sweet Tarts, Skittles. The DEA alert didn't mention Halloween, but fears about rainbow fentanyl and the holiday went viral. DEA warning meets skepticism from drug experts. Drug policy experts contacted by NPR agreed there's no new fentanyl threat this Halloween. Many are also skeptical of the DEA's original warning. They don't believe that Mexican drug cartels and street dealers have launched any new campaign targeting children. I don't see any evidence that the DEA has produced that supports that conjecture.
I don't think they're targeting children. I think the fact that they are making these things in pastel colors.
He just said that they were targeting children with the candy. What is that not targeting?
Yeah.
Make children vulnerable to picking these things up.
Yeah.
You want.
And now he's making it sound like, yeah, maybe somebody dropped it in there with one of the sweet tarts. Dude, you have to work. You have to mold it. You have to that picture right there. It's like different. It looks like pieces of chalk, right? And it's also if you get a bag like that that's not branded or anything, I'm pretty sure a kid is gonna be suspicious, right? Kids know their candies. They're gonna know this is a Snickers. This is a sweet tarts. I'm pretty sure a lot of kids don't even like sweet tarts no more. Those things suck. But anyways, like, look how quickly he starts changing the conversation to, somebody might mistaken it and put it in their goodie bag.
Want to argue over the word targeting? If a child picks up something that look, I said that young girl that I was talking about took 3/4 of a pill, or 1/4 of a pill, and 3/4 of it was left in her drawer.
Yeah.
If she has a younger sister or something that sees that, picks it up, and it looks like candy and eats it, she's gone.
Right. Yeah.
I'm not
it's
saying
the way
they're
it looks.
targeting.
You're not saying it's targeting.
Yeah, I don't care if you use the word targeting or not. It's dangerous,
Yeah.
and I'm just saying my grandkids, they won't be getting any candy out of that.
Yeah.
And it's not that anywhere they're going is going to be
Dangerous.
giving out
Right.
fentanyl to kids. It's just they don't know where
Right.
where it's coming from.
Yeah. You don't.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure, a lot of kids have their routes, right? Or the houses that they're gonna go to. You're gonna know which houses, if you're gonna go with them, right? You're the parent. You're gonna go take them to a nice community, and they're gonna give them candy. You're not gonna go to some hood, right? No kid ever trick or treats in the hood anymore, right? I don't think anymore, right? Like people turn off the lights over here, but people go drive to a much better community. They go and trick or treat over there, and a lot of people trick or treat, right? You're gonna expect a kid, somebody, to walk back their steps and find that house that gave him that candy that made him have a wild trip, right? So it's easy to find somebody that's doing that, right? Because it's a lot of people, and a lot of people are going to the same spot. Quite easy to recognize who is gonna poison your kid, right? And yeah, he also, Dr. Phil, kind of brought a good point himself. Like, of course, I'm gonna be going to a good neighborhood. Uh, this whole idea of kids getting a pill, or a drug from a sister, a sibling, right? And that happens because you're not supposed to have loose pills. That's like a more of a personal problem with a parent, right? If they leave pills outside on their drawer, where like the kid is very much into candy at that time, right, and they eat it. That's why they make those capsules that are hard to open for children. I think Dr. Phil just completely got off guard by Jamie, and he really had to like do a 360 on which direction he wanted to take that conversation in the candy having fentanyl or being spiked with something, right? Because he just got cornered there and didn't know what to say. Like, let's forget about the targeting, right?